together. I'm trying to do a tutorial today in English. That's my first time and my English is not the best. So please be nice with me. I'm just trying to help you today to show you how I changed the background color of this photo. I will first start also with editing of the dog because it has a lot of blue in here, which we also want to take out, and that's a really quick step, so I thought I will also show you this. So I start with the opening of the photo in Camera Raw. The first thing I do here is I give the whole picture a bit more of yellow because that makes it also easier for me to change the color of the dog at the end in Photoshop. So I just add a little of yellow in here and you see the blue disappears already. Then I do shift and double click for the light here. That's too much, as you can see, so I take away a little. I do the shift and double click here as well. And here, I don't know the English words for these, so I try to change the settings to English, but I couldn't find it that quick, so I hope you can work with this. So a little bit of here, and then I opened the picture already. If you hear any kind of snoring or farting in the back, that's my two dogs driving me crazy here. So I duplicate the picture. So the first thing I do now is starting with the editing of the dog. It still has a lot of blue in it, so I take this tool here and change this to the blue colors, and I use the pipette here and click into that position in the dog where I think it has the most of blue. So I would say somewhere here, and you see the colors are picked, and I only use this one here and add a bit to the right, and you see the blue disappears. I can show you before and after, and you see the blue is gone. So that's a really quick and easy step. Then the next step I do, I edit the dog to take away some dirt in here. Therefore I use this tool and I just click on the spots that need to be cleaned. So I'm happy the dog wasn't that dirty. It was at the beginning of the session. So it's a really quick and easy step. Good. The rest is fine. A little bit of dirt should always be in a dog's face. But this is really fine now. I do have a preset here which I use to retouch. It's called Pro Retouch version 2.0 by Totally Red. And with this one I added the eyes of the dog. It's called Eye Makeover. Of course you can also do it with the Dodge and Burn, but I found this tool is really helpful for me. You can see really quick how it brightens up the eye. So as you can see, and I think that's just perfect because I sometimes see photos that are just too much edited for especially the eyes, where it looks unnatural, and I think this one has always a natural look. But I give a little bit of depth to the black areas here using this tool and going to the depth on 12%. And I'm going to add it here so it gets a bit darker. So that's actually all I do with the eyes, because I think that's pretty enough. You can see the before and after, and I think that's really enough, because I always like to have a still natural look in a dog's face. Of course, I do also use the Dodge and Burn for the dog's fur. I'm doing this quick and dirty now because this video is actually created to change the background color, but yeah, as we work on this, I thought I should show you the whole procedure, but really quick and dirty. It's not the perfect way I do this usually. It takes much longer time. So, lighting up. It will give a bit more structure to the dog's fur, and the dog should always be the star of the photo, so that's why I always do this. Not too much, just a little. So, pretty much done. Good. Showing you before and after. Okay. Due to Dodge and Burn, a little bit of the blue comes back into the dog's fur. So I'm going to do this again, or I can just edit it again here, clicking this double. And go into the blue tones again and take it out. So, good. Perfect. So the dog would be, in my case, would be done. I would not do any more. And now I'm going to show you how I edit the background. So the first thing I do here is I would like to have all the background in purple. So I have to take out the greens and change the reds and make it a bit more in one tone. So the first thing I start is using this tool here again. And green, it looks green, but most of the color is actually yellow. So I take the yellow tones, use the pipette and click into here, for example. You see it takes all the area that is yellow and green, so you can even move this a bit more so it takes all the green you have in the picture. And then you do the same thing as we did with the photo of with the dog's fur. So you change this and go to the right, and you see the green will get more light. So it is more now in a darker green with a more grayish color. And now you can also move this part here. So I would like to change it first so everything is more kind of red. So I go to the left to go to the red area here. So now it actually has almost the same color like the flowers here. I close this. Please, when you do this, always watch what happens to the dog's face, if it changes anything. As we took out the greens and the dog has most of a reddish yellow color in his face, it did not change anything, but you always have to watch. Okay, so the next step I will do now, oops, sorry. I will change the color red. Therefore, I use this tool here and use the red tones. And now I start playing around with these tools here. So I give it more red. And take out the yellow again. And that's actually it already. You see a little bit of change. And I think I still have too much green here, so I'm going to do this step again with the yellow tones. Click in here and change it again to more red. You see what happens? Show you before and after. So you see the background starts to get the same color. But right now you will see that also the dog's face had changed. See the eyes and the tongue? It's got more red, so you got to mask that part to make sure it still looks natural. Taking that piece out. So now it's fine. The next step I do right now is we almost have the same color in the back everywhere. It's all almost red. I still want to change the background grayish tones here I have. So therefore, zooming out, I use the gray tones and now change them also in a more reddish tone. Take out a lot of yellow and you see what happens. We start to get a really purple look. So now the dog is really purple, which we definitely do not want. So we have to mask the dog. Trying to do this as quick as possible, but it does take a lot of work. And you need to make sure that you really take every part of the dog. So I'm trying to do this really quick, but it's actually not working. If you do this quick, you need to really watch out what you're doing. But the good thing is you can always check and make corrections to it. I will do this in a quick speed version in the video now, so it does not take that long time for you. Good, so I changed the color of the dog back to black, and now we will take care of the background again. So with this step we already added a lot of purple to it, but I think it looks really unnatural. It has too much pink for me, but this also depends on your personal thoughts, so you can change the color into whatever you want to. You could even change it to blue if you like that. So I will now change the purple tones and especially take out the yellow because it has too much of a pink color for me. So you see what happens now. And I add a bit of this here, taking out of this a little. So close this. Okay. So this is actually still really purple. So I'm just doing another step. Yeah, this is more the look I prefer. but still this depends on your personal thought. Okay, I think that's pretty fine. Good, the next step I do actually here then is taking out this piece here, which I really do not like. So I use copy and paste part. So this looks much better. The last step I use is adding a vignette and also a bit of a light and some final edits. I will do this in a speed retouche now because this video still was created to show you how I changed the background.